Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse One here, and this is actually the day of this. I'm doing this video, and I can't think of what the date is, so I'm not going to say it. But it is Tuesday, and have had some sun out today, partly sunny. I want to look in here real quick and see where we're at. We had two very overcast days in a row. Now the sun has been out partially today, so I'm curious to see. Oh, okay. Alright, so what this is saying right now, if you look at that, 70% in charging, okay? So, it was last night, probably 7 o'clock last night. I looked, and it was at like 60-something%. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll see if we get through the night. And we did okay. So, sun's been in and out today. So, getting a little power back into it. It needs to be better than 70%, but you know, we'll take what we can take. It's only about 3:30, I think, right now in the afternoon. All right, folks. I wanted to talk to you in this video about winter. Are you ready for winter? You know, when we got together as a group last month, you guys obviously saw we got all this wood in. We got wood in that woodshed. We have wood in this woodshed. Obviously, that wood still needs to be all cut up and put away. And so that's, you know, a couple of things that we have to do. And so we're going to be obviously working on that. But it's now fall officially, right? You can see from the trees are starting to change. Here, there, some red down there. You know, you look around, even in the distance, you can see the color changes in some of the trees. So it is that time of year. We're getting into fall. Well, it is fall now officially. And so preparations for winter. You know, Sandy, that's her tent there, got her wood stove up here over the weekend. And, you know, getting that ready and prepared for winter, so that when, you know, she comes up on the weekends, that they're going to be comfortable in there and she can get the wood stove going. And like I said, it's not like we're going to run out of wood. And the best part is we will probably go get more wood, is what we'll probably do. So if it's here, see, here's the way that I've always looked at things. Like when I had you know, up in New York, you know, with the woodshed up there was 2 years worth of wood in that woodshed by the time winter started. So if winter happened and it ended up being extra harsh, we had plenty of wood, and we had years where we burned a ton of wood. Now last year, I know Heather, you know, when I went up there this year, I had stacked 3-phase cord of wood for them, and they could easily get another 3-phase cord in there. So probably last winter, if I had to guess, they only went through about 6-phase cord of wood last winter. Now last winter was not a normal winter, okay? So the more wood you have on hand and available, you're not having to try to worry about when it's January and February, trying to get out there, or March when the weather's sloppy and the roads are sloppy, trying to get more at that point. So if we have it here, we'll be able to utilize it. You know, as more buildings are going in and wood stoves are being set up, obviously we're going to need a larger amount of wood when everybody's here on those weekends, to make sure that people can get through that weekend okay and stay warm. I know that Mark is getting, you know, his wood stove set up in his deer blind. I know that you know, the other folks are talking about, you know, I know one of the other guys has already ordered his wood stove. So there'll be wood stoves going in all over the place. Obviously we have the wood stove in the pavilion as well. And we've been talking about, you know, this weekend, or well, the weekend that we have coming up, we're going to be buttoning up more of the pavilion, finishing in this wall here, getting that doorway, you know, where we know where so like the blocks are probably going to get moved over, and part of that's going to be cut off. The end of the tops up on top, as you can see up in that upper corner, those need to be filled in. And you know, and we're talking about what are we going to do for the winter, this winter, to close off those so that we're ready, you know, to be able to go in there to be able to be warm, to be able to take care of the things that we need to take care of. So, you know, those are all things that we're talking about. So we'll figure everything out as we're going, and we'll work on things. But you know, being prepared for winter. This is, you know, what I really wanted to talk about. Being as ready as you possibly can be for whatever may happen. We don't know how bad winter's going to be. Every year going in, there's always the analysts say, this year's going to be this year's going to be that. You know, we had a very mild winter last year, which, you know, being my first year down here in West Virginia, I was very thankful for. You know, we're more prepared this year, obviously. And as we move forward, you know, and we start heading into the colder weather, we will be more prepared. But, you know, especially I'm going to talk to the folks in Europe for a moment. With the situation over there, with you guys not getting the natural gas that you need, you know, from Russia, and all those situations because of all the nonsense that's going on over there, it could be a particularly harsh winter. And so, you know, I'm going to encourage all of my brothers and sisters that are over in Europe to be prepared for that. Be as ready as you can be. Things can get real ugly real fast, especially when people don't have what they need for basic human survival. And I want you to think about that. What do you mean? How bad could things get? Things could get very bad. So those are things that you have to think about ahead of time and plan for and be ready for. So just something to think about ahead of time, be ready for, to be thinking about. You know, you have to got to get those plans in place, and now is the perfect time. The weather is cooling down, but the weather is still decent enough where you can get out and you can get that work done. If you're harvesting your own wood, I would highly recommend that you get at it and get going with that. If you are, you know, buying your wood, I always like to have my wood in as early as possible. You know, I've talked to Heather, you know, up in New York, and I told her, get yourself 3 more face cord at least. Get that backup wood in there, because it gives it more time to dry out, season out, and stuff like that. And she shouldn't be using any of that this winter anyway. She's got all that other wood in there that she should be using this winter, and she shouldn't have to touch any of that. So again, you know, it's all about planning ahead, thinking ahead. If you have wood stoves, get those wood stoves cleaned, get things checked out, make sure you have the necessary equipment. Make sure, and here's a big one, and I don't think a lot of people think about this. If you have a wood stove, all right, make sure you have extra black pipe. If you have extra black pipe, if there's an issue with your pipe, then you're going to be okay. We've actually talked about, was just actually talking about this the other day, and I was saying to Dave, we need to get, you know, at least 10 more pieces of black pipe and just have them on hand. It's not like we're not going to use them anyway. And then if they're here and things go sideways, or I should say when things go sideways, that just gets us at another little bit of an advantage. And, you know, that's what you're looking for. At the end of the day, that's what you're looking for. So something to think about, something to plan for, and those type of things. So just want to talk about these things, share them with you, get your thoughts on there. Are you guys ready for winter? Do you believe it's going to be a bad winter? I've heard a lot of talk about it being a bad winter. Like I said, I don't, you know, it's going to be what it's going to be. But if you're prepared for a harsh winter and it's not a harsh winter, it's a whole lot nicer. If it is a harsh winter and you're prepared for it, then you're ready to take care of your business. All right? So anyway, guys, I am going to jump off of here for now. Remember, we truly are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure that one out, we're going to be in much, much better shape. We have to stop letting them divide us. We have to come together as human beings. That's the most important thing. Also remember, guys, to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important to tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from achieving your goals is you. That's it. Nobody else. If you stay set realistic goals and then set about to making them happen, they will happen. Be safe, everybody. Keep prepping, and I will talk to you all later. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.